Hey everyone! Today, I'm super excited to share with you an easy and delicious recipe that's perfect for a quick breakfast, a satisfying snack, or even a fun dinner option. We're making a potato chip omelette. Yes, you heard that right, potato chips in an omelette. It's a twist that's not only tasty but also super simple to whip up. So, grab your apron and let's dive in. First things first, let's talk about the ingredients. You probably have most of them already in your kitchen, which is one of the best parts about this recipe. You'll need a couple of eggs, 2 or 3 should do, depending on how hungry you are. Then, of course, we need our star ingredient, potato chips. You can use any kind you like, classic, barbecue, sour cream and onion, whatever floats your boat. I personally love using ridged chips because they add a nice crunch to the omelette. You'll also need a pinch of salt and pepper to season, and if you're feeling fancy, some cheese. Cheddar, mozzarella, or even a sprinkle of feta can take this dish to the next level. And if you want to add some color and nutrition, throw in a handful of chopped veggies like bell peppers, onions, or spinach. Now that we've got our ingredients ready, let's get cooking. Start by cracking your eggs into a bowl. This is where you can really let your personality shine. If you're feeling a bit sassy, give those eggs a good whisk. You want them to be fluffy and well mixed. Add a pinch of salt and pepper to taste. Remember, you can always adjust the seasoning later, so don't go overboard just yet. Once your eggs are whisked, it's time to add the potato chips. Crush them up a bit before adding them to the bowl. You don't want them to be dust, but you also don't want giant chunks. Think of it like finding that perfect balance. You want some crunch in every bite. Stir the crushed chips into the eggs, making sure they're well incorporated. If you're adding any veggies or cheese, toss those in as well. This is your omelette, so make it as colorful and hearty as you want. Now, let's move on to cooking. Grab a non-stick skillet and heat it over medium heat. If you're using a bit of butter or oil, now's the time to add it. Let it melt and coat the pan. The sizzle is music to your ears, right? Once the pan is hot, pour in your egg and chip mixture. It should start to set around the edges almost immediately. This is where the magic happens. As the omelette cooks, you'll want to keep an eye on it. Gently lift the edges with a spatula, allowing the uncooked egg to flow to the bottom of the pan. This helps to ensure even cooking. You'll notice the chips start to soften a bit, but don't worry, they'll still retain some crunch. After a few minutes, when the bottom is set and the top is still slightly runny, it's time to add any extra cheese if you haven't already. Sprinkle it on top and cover the skillet for a minute or two. This helps the cheese melt beautifully. Now, here's the fun part. Flipping or folding your omelette. If you're feeling adventurous, you can try flipping it over. Just be careful. If you're like me and prefer to play it safe, simply fold it in half. Either way, let it cook for another minute or so until everything is heated through and the cheese is gooey and melty. Once it's done, slide that glorious potato chip omelette onto a plate. Look at that golden color and the way the chips peek through. It's a feast for the eyes, and I promise it tastes as good as it looks. You can garnish it with some fresh herbs if you have them. Parsley or chives work great. And if you're feeling a little indulgent, a drizzle of hot sauce or a dollop of sour cream can add an extra zing. Now, let's talk about serving. This omelette is perfect on its own, but you can also pair it with some toast or a simple side salad to make it a full meal. It's so versatile. And the best part? You can customize it however you like. If you're a meat lover, throw in some bacon or ham. If you're vegan, swap the eggs for a chickpea flour batter and use vegan chips. There are endless possibilities. So, why should you try this potato chip omelette? Well, it's not just about the taste, it's about the experience. Cooking should be fun and creative, and this recipe encourages you to experiment. Plus, it's a great way to use up those leftover chips that you might have lying around. You know, the ones that are just sitting there, waiting to be devoured? Now you have a delicious reason to finish them off. And let's be real, who doesn't love the nostalgia of potato chips? They remind us of childhood snacks, road trips, and lazy movie nights. Bringing them into a savory dish like an omelette is a fun way to relive those memories while enjoying something new and exciting. So, there you have it. An easy, tasty, and totally customizable potato chip omelette. I hope you give this recipe a try, and I can't wait to hear how yours turns out. Remember, cooking is all about having fun and making it your own. Don't be afraid to experiment and add your favorite flavors. Now, go grab those eggs and chips, and let's get cooking. Enjoy!